In this tutorial, we will learn how we can manipulate any string value with the help of text functions in VBA programming. We have many text functions in VBA that we can use to manipulate any text value or string value. So these functions are like left, right, mid, len, in string, and some other text functions. So let me write a text value or a string value in cell A1, hello world. So this is a text value or a string value. So now there are different tasks that we can perform on this cell or this string value. So to understand all the string or text functions in VBA programming, let's go through some examples. So I'll go to developer tab and then from insert option from ActiveX controls, I will select the command button and then drag a small command button here. Now I will double click on this command button. So here we will see some examples to understand each text functions that we can use for string manipulation in Excel VBA. So first task, I want two letters or two characters from left side from this given value. So how we can perform that? By using VBA statement. Let me write a equal to left. It is a function or text function, I would say. This function requires two things. First of all, a string, and then how many characters we want. So a string we can represent by writing code as worksheets, then sheet name, which is sheet 1 dot cells. Then we have value in A1, that means first row and first column dot value. So this is first parameter, then comma. So here I want two characters from left. So here as a second parameter, I'll write 2. So what this VBA code will do, by using left function, we are processing cell A1 that has string value and we want two characters only. Now let's check by showing a message box, MSG box bracket. Here we can write A. So two characters from left will be stored in A and we can check that with message box. So let me minimize this and here let me click on design mode. Now our command button or this command button, when I click here, we can see that it is showing two characters from left. I want to write those two characters in cell B1. What I'll do, I'll make some changes in this VBA code. Instead of this message box, what I can do is worksheets and then sheet 1 dot cells, row number is 1, column is 2, dot value equal to A. So instead of showing message, what we are doing, we are writing this value in cell B1. Here this 1 is row and 2 is column, that is B. So let me minimize this. If I click this command button, we can see that two characters from left side from cell A1 are written in cell B1. So let's understand some more functions that we can use as a text functions to manipulate any text value. Now If I want two characters from right side, what we can use function named right, and this function also takes same parameters like value and how many characters we want, but the only difference is it will take characters from right hand side. So let's check this. Let me minimize this VB editor. Let me delete this value, and now when I press command button, we can see that two characters, or I would say two digits from right hand side are L and D. What about if we need some characters not from left or right but from mid of the any given text value? So let's say if I need third and fourth characters from this given value. So let me write it here, comma, to get third and fourth character from the given text. I have put this comma to make it a comment. Now, the function that we can use is mid function, but this function does not take only two parameters. We need three parameters. That means the value or text that we want to process, and then what is the starting point? So that is 3, that means third. Now we need two characters, third and fourth. So third parameter is 2. So this will work starting from third place and then considering only two characters. Now let me minimize this VB editor and check how it is working. Now when I click on this command button, we can see third and fourth characters are L and L, that we can see here in cell B1. If we want to count length of any cell, or I would say how many digits are occupied by any cell, we can use len function. So let me write the requirement to check the total occupied digits or length of string. This is very simple function. So instead of all parameters, here we can use len and then just one parameter, which is the value or reference of cell. So here we are processing A1 cell and using len function. Let me minimize this VB editor, and once I press this command button, we can see that total characters are 11, but when we check this, we can see that only there are 10 characters. So what this len function is doing, it is considering space also, that is between hello and world. So that is why I have used the keyword like checking how many digits are occupied in one cell. There is one very interesting text function, that is instr function, to find the position of any substring within a string. So here, let's say if I want to check what is the position of character O in this given value. So let me write the requirement to check the position of a substring in a string. So function name is in a string, and how we can write that? Instr, and this function takes two parameter. One is text value and then what we want to search. So let's say I want to check position of O in this string value. So how this will work? This will consider first matching of O and then giving position of that. So let's minimize this VB editor. Let me delete this 11. We can see that first O character is at fifth place, and that we can see here. You can learn one very interesting thing while doing string manipulation. Like when we have two cells and we want to add both cells as a string, or I would say technically how we can concatenate more than one cells. So in VBA, how we can do that? So let me write requirement. So here in cell A1, I will write only hello, and cell B1, I'll write word. Now I want hello and word concatenated and by checking through message box. So how we can do that? Let me go to VB editor. Let me delete all this. Let me write A equal to cells. We can write worksheets and then continue with this cells, or if we have just one workbook opened with ourselves and on sheet 1 or on the active sheet, if we want to perform this task, then this is the simplest code. A equal to cells and then A1 cell, that means first row, and first column dot value, then sign of and or sign of ampersand, then inverted commas. We can keep space between these inverted commas, then and cells. For B1, we can say first row and second column dot value. We need to give space here, and now this is good to go. So what value we are storing in A? Value of A1 and value of B1 by using and sign, and we are considering space. So in A we have hello world. Now let me write message box and within bracket write A. So when I minimize this and press this command button, we can see that hello world is shown. That means value of A1 and B1 is being concatenated or added as a string value. So this is how we can use different text functions in VBA for different kind of activities or different kind of text manipulation. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Thanks for watching.